Welcome to day one of Vision to Wealth. I'm so excited that you're here, and I am really, yes, excited myself that I am going to deliver something so meaningful, especially during this time of the year. And I want to say that you can be proud of yourself for taking out the time right now in the most, the dense and the busiest time of the year where people usually tend to get overwhelmed. But no, you are choosing your next level of wealth expansion, and that's already proving me that you're serious about this. And by this, I mean you're becoming your everything. Like it's so much more than just business. We will talk about a lot more than strategy. Actually, this is more like an activation. So I want to briefly set the stage and the expectation for this 3-day masterclass series so that you know what to expect. And maybe first of all, the background to why I created this was I see so many brilliant women out there who, on the surface or on social media specifically, they are doing everything right. Yeah, so I see them posting. They're obviously trying new strategies, they're building offers. And yet, from conversations and from the clients that I'm coaching, there is this feedback of they still feel invisible. They feel underpaid. They feel like completely disconnected actually from that business that they thought they were building. And if this is you, then this masterclass series is really going to help you to, first of all, get to the level of awareness and understanding where this is all coming from, and that you're not alone in this, and that there is a path and path through, and really a journey out. But I also want to share that I know it firsthand how it feels when you are in this cycle of doing, thinking really that you are on the right path, and it does feel right, keeping yourself busy and really sharing with excitement, and yet not in the 3D version of your reality, that it doesn't translate in your bank account, it doesn't translate in more time freedom, it doesn't translate into those things that you're actually wanting and desiring, and why you've built this business in the first place. So this series really exists because I know deeply that strategy alone is never the thing that changes someone's income. And trust me, I've been in the business or in the online sphere, I should say, since 2014. That's when I really became serious and started my coaching business. But I exited a normal 9 to 5 in 2011. And between those initial years of my career, I was already like accumulating knowledge and skills and experience in the online sphere that then later on, paid off and helped me also tremendously in supporting my clients and my own visibility. And so what I found over the years, not only from experience it myself, but really with working different, with different people from all different sides of the world, but also from different industries, is that the strategy is helpful when you are clear, when you are in alignment, when you have an intention, and when you have really done the inner work first. And by that, I mean, you know, it's it's one thing to want something, and then your body, your nervous system says the complete opposite. Okay, so there's two different angles that I want to bring this conversation today to this masterclass. And one one big takeaway is that that's owning what actually makes your work undeniably valuable, is the core thing of everything, but how to own it, that's what we're going to talk about today as well. So over these next 3 days, we're not really fixing your business. So it's going to help you, but we're not fixing it from the outside. Yeah, not from the outside in. It's actually the other way around. We are flipping it and we're looking inside first. There's an entire approach. So you build from your genius, your energy, your values, and then the results, right? Because the results are what you need to, what you're truly meant to deliver, are then so much more anchored once everything that I just said feel true, feel in alignment, and come through authentically. So my intention for day one is very simple, but not easy. And so bear with me, relax, lean back. It's also, setting this intention for today and the next 2 days with me, that you're allowing yourself to be coachable, that you're opening yourself up to maybe hearing some things that you've heard before, but letting them land differently. And so yeah, I want to help you see your business with clean eyes. And so we're not looking at it from a pressure side or comparison or fear angle, but really through truth, the lens of truth. Okay? Because it's just a fact that you cannot scale something you're not aligned with, or you cannot sell something that you're not proud of, or you have wobble around, and you can certainly not attract premium ready to buy clients if your messaging is um, not reflecting who you actually are, and if the business model can't hold it either. So these are all the elements, and these are all the things that we're looking into today, and we will reconnect you with the real version and your real vision, so that you can anchor in the mission that you set up in the first place when you started out and saying, I want to, impact the world, and I want to build this business, and then really go behind that power your work actually carries. And so by the time we finish today, you'll understand exactly what your business is meant to become and what has been blocking your momentum until now. Okay, so let's get started. And maybe let me just recap so you understand the structure of the 3 days, and have an overview. So day one today is going to be about regulation and receiving. This is the foundation. Otherwise, nothing comes in. It's the nervous system basics that I'm gonna cover very briefly. I'm not a scientist or anything, but there are some nuggets that I want to give you. Then we talk about the capacity versus desire mismatch. And we will also do a little bit of a micro regulation and receiving activation today, so that you can feel safe and open. So this is the outcome of today's session. And then tomorrow, day two, we will talk about the wealth identity and visioning. So really, what is your identity, your wealth identity? What does that actually mean? And why visioning sometimes fails, and how you can embody the 2026 visioning and activate your wealth identity. So tomorrow is a really exciting day, and I want you to really have a believable 2026 vision that you can hold, right? So this is a big goal, and I'm excited to work with you on that. And then day three, we're wrapping up with the topic of manifestation and consistency. I have created the I am method, and it's a framework that I've discovered is just like the basis of this spiral of success that I call it. And it's intention, alignment, manifestation. It's just this ongoing process. It doesn't stop, like it's like showering every day, but there has to be an intention followed by alignment, and then the manifestation can happen. We will also talk about nervous system driven consistency. Like I said, that's really, it goes hand in hand in order to call in and make the manifestation happen. I will give you a simple alignment plan that will help you with the manifestation and an exercise. The day 3 is about having a repeatable, embodied system. And yeah, for those of you who do not know me, I will keep this really short, but I wanted to just share a little bit about me so that you know why I'm talking about these topics. And if you have never been in my world before and do not know anything about me, my name is Julia. I'm originally from Germany, but I feel like I'm a child of the world. I have been not like anchored or lived or based in Germany since 2011 when my breaking point or pivoting point started. I quit my job. I started selling everything and took a one-way ticket around the world. And ever since then, I have been doing many, many loops around this globe, became like a full-time traveler for five years straight, built my business on the road, then the kids on the road. And when COVID came around, we were in Thailand, and that became home for the past 5 years until now. I relocated my kids once again to Bali, and this is where I'm located. And yes, delivering this masterclass series. And what I do in my business is I don't know, I play with the title Queen of Aligned Sales and so full systems because this is truly the essence of what I'm doing with my clients. I love when everything is or not, I love that's what I'm really living and believing in, that you get to have it all, but a business that flows effortlessly, and when sales feel natural, and when you have the freedom to live life on your own terms, needs the foundation of alignment and from this inner work first. So I've built multiple businesses, multi six-figure businesses while raising my kids alone in Thailand, now in Bali. And so proving that it's truly a matter of setting an intention and then aligning your actions and creating the manifestations from, I always say it's a combination of feminine energetics and masculine strategy because it's a dance. It's really a combination of the two. Right. So with no further ado, let's dive into day 1, the regulation and receiving, so that your body can actually feel safe before your desire can land. And that is so crucial. And I see so many people skip that step. You come with this maybe excitement or with the complete logical brain switched on, where you say, I want to build, I want to build a business, or I'm already running a business, but there are goals that you can set yourself and they're actually blocking your growth. They're blocking the wealth that you're calling in. And so today is the foundation for everything else in your business, because it is a manifestation practice and that needs to come first. And if you ever feel like you know what you want, but somehow cannot hold it, maybe you are good receiving money, but then it goes out quicker than it came in. This is why you're here. Yes. So this is something really exciting, because from today onwards, you will understand that there is a energetics going on in your body, in your nervous system, that just simply that doesn't match your desire. Okay. And you do not rise to your goals. You rise to the level your nervous system feels safe receiving. And that's really important to hear because sometimes I have a few client examples where people come to me and say, this is my income goal. This is what I want to make at the end by the end of this year. And we start working together, and it becomes very quickly clear to me that they're speaking not in that there's a disconnect between their desire and the actual belief, the belief system, the the fears that are around receiving this amount of money and trusting in yourself. So today we will restore that safety and open a capacity so that you're turning your body into a receiver instead of a protector, because this is all it does. It's literally that, even though it doesn't make sense. You think, no, I want this, but your body doesn't feel safe receiving it because it's something new. And so it's as simple as that. It's new. I don't trust it. I have no idea. I have no experience. Let's say in the safety zone. Okay. So So that's really something important to understand, because manifestation doesn't fail because you're not aligned enough. It actually fails because you're not, or your body is in survival mode. Okay. And when that happens, no matter what you do, no matter how you feel like you're doing the things, it just can't happen. And you can't attract overflow from a state of contradiction, like as in, I want 10 pay in full clients for XYZ service. And in the back of your head, you're going, oh, but what am I going to do if they're actually signing up and they're actually wanting what I promise I will deliver? And I don't have a team and I don't have the time and my kids will be on holiday or something like this. Like you have to be so so crystal clear what you're asking for and being a match to your desire, because your system will always, your system, and by system now I mean your body, your nervous system, you will always choose safety and not desire. It's just a natural thing. And it was helpful back then in in those moments when we were still running away from um, animals that would eat us. But nowadays, it's just really the very thing that most entrepreneurs experience that is actually blocking their growth. And so if money feels stressful or clients feel draining or visibility feels threatening or uncomfortable, um, your body will block the very thing that you're calling in. Let me give you a few examples. Wanting more clients, but tightening every time your calendar gets full is is a guarantee that it's not going to work. Or desiring a certain income, but then panicking whenever an unexpected expense pops up. That's also very, very, like, it was one of the biggest breakthroughs I had with money when I did my, work on my money beliefs and really went deep into the understanding of where does the fear or my belief system comes from and how I can actually override it. I understood that paying has to be as exciting as receiving. And so now when I have invoices to pay, when I get something on unexpected, I'm actually getting excited and I feel like, okay, people trust me that I am capable of paying bills, of their, paying their services, and it's this different approach, and it's exactly that either allows more money in or blocks it. And another thing is, like, when you visualize expansion while planning for the worst case scenario, you also are all the time in this, pull and push scenario where you say, yes, but I'm meditating or I'm visualizing or I'm doing all the things, but then at the same time, like, oh gosh, what if? Also the what if. the way we word things, and that's also something really important. Whenever you talk about your biggest fears, your current challenges, I invite you to really think carefully how and which words you're using. Everything that we're speaking out and everything that it's sending out messages to the universe. And so when we say everything is great, but I don't have enough money, or it would be better to have more money, you're talking in lack, right? That shows clearly that your energy, your focus, your perception of the reality is lack. And it means that you're looking at the reality, not zooming out, saying, okay, this might be right now in this very hot minute, the truth. But I know that there's abundance and abundance of money always everywhere. And money is always available. Money is always welcome. Money is everywhere. It's at the tip of my fingers. Is that I can receive money every time, and I welcome more wealth, more opportunities in with with every day and sentence that I speak. So the way we word things, even if you're currently like in a very tight position, or when you have like something to pay that the money hasn't manifested in your bank account yet, you can still say, I'm working on overcoming a cash flow um, deficit, or a cash flow, overcoming a cash flow situation. And this is how you then also relax your nervous system. And that's the number one key thing we're doing today, right? We want to be relaxed about things. The minute you tighten, it's such a symbolic movement, but it is true. The minute you're tightened with your thoughts, with your fear, you are sending that signal of, I'm not safe, um, fight or flight. And there are these three states, and this is where we're going now through the three states of your nervous system so that you can understand, or maybe also put yourself into these three categories. Where am I? How do I feel? I want you to really become aware of your state and be honest, because it's not an exam, but then we can work with it. Okay, so there's this regulated state where you're calm, grounded, open, and simply feel safe. Then you have the hyper aroused state where you're anxious, tense, you're overthinking, you're always on the tiptoes, like when your kids drop the ball or whatever, make some noise, you're jumping, you're on the edge. And then there's this next level, it's the hypo aroused state where you're shut down, you're frozen, you're just like disconnected. You don't even, you don't even feel yourself anymore, and you're operating on autopilot. And manifestation really requires you to be in a regulated, or at least semi-regulated state, so that your body can register safety and start allowing the receiving mode to open up and be the normal, right? Because in dysregulation, your system literally cannot perceive opportunity. It only senses threat. And the more you focus, I'm sure more, the worse it gets. The more you focus on bad things happen. It's the day, like it's the bad hair day that turns into the worst day of of the week, because you focus on something and it spirals down. And this is why the same strategy works for one person and it fails for another. It's exactly the same. It's not mindset, it's physiology. It's literally that. Okay. I hope this is clear. And if you do have any questions, you can always pop them in the chat. Okay, so let's dive into a little bit more the capacity versus desire mismatch, because it's really important that you understand it before we then expand your capacity. And so I touched on it and want to just make you again aware of the fact that there's I call them two buckets, right? So every woman has those two buckets of what I want and what I can hold. And when this want is bigger than the hold, your system just simply goes into protection. Okay. So this is also why people manifest something and then they lose it. Like the how, you manifest the lottery win and then suddenly it's gone. Income spikes occur, you have those fluctuations and you're like, look, have a client rush or unexpected visibility, but then it's not consistent because suddenly it collapses again. And so, I just to give you a few more examples, but I think you get it by now, right? So you want the 10K months, but you're used to 3K months, for example, or you want soulmate clients and you're still expecting draining ones. There's this mismatch going on. Or you want ease, but your body only knows hustle. So how you don't even know how to relax and lay down and you keep on default going and running and doing and have a long to-do list and feel safe in that doingness. And so the key takeaway from here is really to understand that we cannot manifest beyond our capacity. And today, good news is we start expanding that capacity because you can literally work on that. And that's a good thing for everyone who loves doing things, but it's not in the way that you probably think, or maybe you have already experienced it. But so there's three tools. They're simple, they're fast, and I really want you to have them available for your day-to-day life. And it's that 4 to 6 breath. It helps you to regulate your nervous system. So I'll talk you through, and you can then, come back, pause this recording, do it on your by yourself. But literally, once you have this framework in your head and you know how it works, you can do it every day. And I highly recommend doing it because it works. It is these long exhales that signal safety. And then what happens in your body? It drops the cortisol, and that is actually then opens the receiving. So how it goes, it's long inhale, sorry. So we count to 4. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you hold 2, 1, and you exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you repeat that 3 to 5 cycles until you really feel that grounded, relaxed, meditative state. This is one of the most powerful and most simple tools that are available. Everyone can do that. You don't have to pay anyone. You can even um, I'm pretty sure you can find this on YouTube, like someone guiding you through, but you can record yourself 1 time, 4 inhale, 2 hold, 6 exhale, 3 to 5 cycles of repetition. That's it. So simple, so powerful. And again, let your exhale be the part that tells your system that you're safe. That should be probably the visualization with that. The next tool I want to share with you is name what's true. And that is when in fear or overwhelm, you can say things out loud like, I'm safe right now. This is only sensation. What helps me also is something like, this is only temporary. My body is reacting from the past. It's not the present. And so when you say things out loud, your brain listens, right? You are with your own voice, and with those words, you are actually signaling the safety here. And it separates sensation from reality, and it reduces the spiraling, because oftentimes it's just that we're spiraling when we are not in this clear state of mind. So I'm safe right now. I'm safe. We're right. It's all good. Sentences like this are powerful. They're so simple and yet so powerful. Tool number three, somatic softening. Okay, and this process is really, you can lay down, you can sit in an upright position, whatever feels most comfortable for you, but you go also through your body and activate it. You don't have to talk in this case. You can just say, you go through those points, and I share with you the points now. So relax your jaw. This is where we hold so much tension, where it's like this, we don't even like subconsciously we're doing it. We don't even realize how much, like this clenching also when we're sleeping. So when you relax your jaw and it's just like, when you're laying down and you're like making sure that that is really relaxed before you move on to dropping your shoulders. How many times throughout the day do you find clenching your shoulders? Drop your shoulders, unclench your belly. Really, by breathing deeply into your belly, you become more and more aware of the clenched belly that you might have throughout the day, including myself. This is something that has helped me a lot. And release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Sometimes we're doing this also when we're like doing something. It's the softening that again tells your system it's safe to receive instead of brace. Okay, and now to wrap this up, I would love to give to you a receiving activation, and for that you can, if you're already laying down, if not, then please do so. Make yourself comfortable. Some people also enjoy more sitting, but make sure that you feel supported. Lean back, and you can cross your legs. You can, open your arms when you lay down, and simply get into a position that lets you relax and feel comfortable. And then I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze and maybe look away from the screen for now. It's nothing that I'm doing. I'm just let my voice carry you through these next few minutes together. And we're starting with one slow breath in. Really deep into your belly, and a longer breath out. And let's do this again. Take one long, slow breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth or your nose. There's no right or wrong, whatever feels best. And one more time, slowly in. And with a long breath, even a sigh is welcome. Just let everything go. Breathe out. And feel the weight of your body supported by the chair or the floor beneath you. Feel the groundedness, and really allow yourself to be present and let your mind be just focusing on my words. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to do, nothing to prove, or nothing to protect right now. Get into this focused state where you just notice your breath. And once you're settled in and you bring your mind to one thing you desire, something really simple and true to you, take a moment to just find that truth. What is it that you desire? And it might be a client, it might be a sum of money, clarity, support, ease. Feel it in front of you like a light or a warm presence, and really visualize it and notice how your body reacts when you imagine receiving it. Really let it come to you. And now, without judgment, just notice, did you tighten? Do you embrace it? Do you lean forward? Or maybe you pull back? Just notice, really no judgment. There's no right or wrong. We're just here to observe. And now, really, when you have that image and it comes, just breathe into that spot and imagine that your body opens 1% more, just 1%. Let your shoulders soften again. Let your belly loosen. And let your jaw relax. Now, I want you to imagine that your desire gently steps closer to you again, like not forcing, just offering. And you, in your own timing, allow it to come in. Like say quietly in your mind, even, I allow good things to come to me. I'm safe to receive. I open just a little more. I am held. Take a deep breath in and feel your body soften just one tiny bit more. Sometimes our mind stretches or thinks that it has to stretch to an extent that just isn't yet our next level. And when you invite your thoughts to be the expansion first, your body can understand that there is nothing to worry and nothing to fear, and it is just possible to soften a bit more. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. And when you feel ready, I invite you to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Stretch, maybe yawn. And this is just one short little exercise and activation that you can do mornings, in the evenings. You can do it 2, 3 times a day. Whenever you feel like the need to ground yourself, this is a really powerful way. Together with the 3 tools that I shared with you today, you really can do so much, good to yourself. And it's those simple shifts that are massive and powerful. And so I would love to send you away with a little bit of homework, and that is practicing the 4 to 6 breaths twice a day in the morning, short after you woke up. It's a good moment to do that. And just before you go to bed, it's just these 3 to 5 repetitions, the cycles of repetitions. And then also maybe write down, or I can share it in the group too, that regulation check-ins, if you incorporate them in your daily life, they are so powerful too. So 3 times today, ask, what state am I in? Okay. Whenever you feel like the blood is pumping, or even the opposite, like what state am I in? Am I regulated? Right? Am I hypertensed, or am I already like beyond? Am I on the edge? And what does my body need right now? Really learn to connect with your body. Am I hungry? Sometimes it's just hungry, tired, those basic needs that we often override and ignore. So, homework number one, the 4 to 6 breath. Homework number two, check in with yourself, ask yourself the regulation check-in questions, and then, you know, receiving this micro action, do one small action that signals I'm open to receiving. And that can be, something small. Maybe raise your prices by 5%. Okay. If that's too stretchy, 2%. Follow up with someone that you had a conversation with. Check in, say, hi, we had this conversation. Are you ready to move forward? Or decline something out of alignment. That's also very powerful. If you set boundaries and say no to something that you know will block your next expansion or your growth, say no out of alignment. And lastly, another micro action could be like ask for support. Okay, if you don't know how, if it's something that I spoke about today doesn't land, ask for support. Can be me, can be anyone where you feel like this is a good person to talk to, then that's your invitation. It's just like these tiny actions that are so powerful. And with this, I would like to close today's session. Tomorrow, we will go deeper into identity, energetic self-concept, and collapsing timelines so that your desires have a place to land. They need to, they also need to feel safe, because today we created the foundation and you did beautifully just for showing up and going through the exercises with me and the activation. Maybe have a little time now to yourself. Let my words sink in and integrate. And yes, tomorrow we go deeper, right? I can't wait to continue, and I shall see you tomorrow.